Hello and welcome to Maths with Udom. I still remain your online mathematics tutor, Mr. Okon Udom. So you are welcome to today's class. Today we are going to look at another subtopic under fractions. And the topic we are looking at is addition of mixed fractions or mixed numbers. Mixed fractions and mixed numbers mean the same thing, okay? So let's get started. Okay, all right, addition of mixed addition okay, addition of mixed numbers. As I said earlier on, mixed fractions and mixed numbers, they mean the same thing. Okay, now for you to solve any problem under mixed numbers, all you need to do, we have two methods. Okay, the first method is that we can add we separate the whole numbers from the fractional numbers, and then we simplify. Then secondly, the second method is that we convert the mixed fraction into an improper fraction, and then we simplify. Okay, so let's have our examples for today. Our examples is that simplify the following. Okay, simplify the following fractions. So number one, what do we have? 3 whole number 2/5 plus what? 2 whole number 2/3. And number 2, 1 whole number 1/2 plus 2 whole number 1/3 plus 3 whole number 1/4. Okay, so we have these two examples for today. So let's run through the solution. Let's get this underlined. So let's start. Solution. So solution for the first one. The first one is we have 3 whole number 2/5 plus 2 whole number 2/3. So we have this. So we want to start with the first method. Okay, the first method is that we convert this fraction into what? Into improper fraction, and then we simplify. Okay, so let's start. So here we have, what is 3 multiplied by 5? It will give us 15. So 15 plus 2, our numerator 2, will give us what? 17. So we have 17. Okay, let's do it this way, step by step. So we have 5 times 3, 15 plus 2. Okay, divided by what? 5. Then the other part, what do we have? 2 times 3 is what? 6. Plus what? Plus the 2 on top. Okay, divided by what? Divided by our denominator 3. Is that okay? So from here, we add the numerators together. So 15 plus 2 will give us what? 17. So we have 17 divided by 5 plus, okay, so 6 plus 2 will give us what? 8. So we have 8 over 3. So from here, the next thing is for us to look for the what? The LCM of the what? Denominator. So we have 5 and 3 as our denominator. So let's look for the LCM. So let's come to this side. We have 5 and we have 3. Okay? So from here, what can go through? So 3 can go. Can 3 go in 5? Impossible. You repeat 5. Then 3 in 3 is 1. Then 5 can go. 5 in 5 is 1. Then 1. So our LCM will now be 3 multiplied by what? By 5. So we have 3 times 5, which is what? 15. So our LCM is 15. So the next step is that we'll come to this side and write our LCM as what? 15. So how many 5 can go in 15? How many 5 can go in 15? Is 3. So we have 3 multiplied by what? Our numerator. Now it'll be 3 times 17, okay? Then plus. How many 3 can go in 15? That is what? 5. So we have 5 times our numerator, what? 8. Okay, is that clear? So the next thing for us to do, to add our numerator, to multiply our numerator. So we have a 3 times 17, and that will give us 51. Okay, 51, because 3 times 7 is what? 3 times 7 is 21. So we write 2, carry 1. Then 3 times 1 is what? 3, plus the other 2, and that gives us 51. Okay, so we have 51. Oh, sorry. The denominator is 15. So we have 51 plus, so 5 multiplied by 8, we have what? We have 40. Okay? So the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to add the numerators together. Okay? So what is 51 plus 40? We get what? 91. Okay? So we have 91 divided by 15. And lastly, how many 15 can go in 91? That is, how many times can 15 go in 91? That is 6 times. Okay? Because 6 times 15 will give us what? 90. Okay? So 15 can go in 91 6 times. So we'll write 6 whole number. 15 times 6 is 90. Remainder 1. Remember, this is 91. Okay? So remainder 1 over what? Over 15. So that is our answer for this first example. And this is just method 1. Okay? So let's put our answer in the corner, and then we'll get back to it later. So let's put our answer here in this corner. So our answer is what? We got what? Okay, let's write it here. What did we get there? We got 6 whole number, 1 over what? 15. So we have 6 whole number, 1 over 15. So we are still coming back to that, okay? Now, let's move to the second method to solve that problem. Method 2. So our method 2 to solve the problem, method 2. So what do we do? So we still have 3 whole number, 2 over what? Over 5, plus 2 whole number, 2 over 3. So we have this. So all we need to do is to separate the whole part from the what? From the fractional part. So what are the whole parts? 3 and 2 are the whole parts. Remember, we are doing addition, so we add them together. So what do we have? We have the whole part, 3 plus 2 plus the fractional part. We bring them together as well in another box. So we have our fractional part. And what are the fractional parts? 2 over 5 is a fractional part. That is the proper fraction. Then we also have 2 over 3 as the second fractional part. So we add them together, okay? So we have 2 over 5 plus what? 2 over 3. So the next thing we are going to do is that we add the fractional parts together. So what is 3 plus 2? 3 plus 2 will give us what? 5. Plus, now, the fractional part, we look for the LCM of the denominators. So if you get the LCM, that will give us 15, okay? We have done that before, 15. So all we need to do is that we write our LCM 15, okay? So the next thing is that we now say, okay, how many 5 can go in 15? 3. 5 in 15 is 3, okay? So 3 times our numerator 2, okay? Let's go again. 5 times 3. 5 in 15 is 3, okay? So we have 3 times, is plus, plus. So 5 in 15 is what? Is 3, plus our numerator 3, 2, okay? So let's do it this way. 5 in 15 is 3 plus our numerator 2. We have what? We have 5. Okay, so we have 5 in 15. Family 5 can go in 15, 3. 3 times our numerator 2 is what? Is 6. Plus, how many 3 can go in 15? 5. 5 times our numerator 2. 5 times our numerator 2, we have 10. So from here, what do we have? We now come to this side, we now say 5 plus, now we add our numerators together. 6 plus 10 is what? 16 divided by 15. So we have 16 divided by 15. So what do we have? 5 plus. Now, 16 over 15 is what? Is an improper fraction. So what do? We convert it to a mixed fraction. So how many times can 15 go in 16? 1. Plus 1 over what? 15. That is, 15 can go in 16 only one time. It will remain 1 divided by what? Our denominator. So the next thing, we add the whole parts together. So we have what? 5 and 1 is whole part. So 5 plus 1 is what? 6. Plus what? 1 over 15. Then we'll join them together, and that will give us what? 6 whole number 1 over 15. 6 whole number 1 over 15. As you can see, the result here is the same thing with the result we got when we use our first method. Okay, so you can use any of the method to solve problems like this. Is that okay? Now we want to move to the second example, example 2. So let's have our example 2. Okay, that's great. Now our example 2, method 1. That's the first method. So what do we have? 1 whole number 1 over 2 plus what? 2 whole number 1 over 3 plus what? 3 whole number 1 over 4. Are we together? So we are going to use the first method, which is we convert all the mixed fractions into improper fraction, and then we simplify. Okay, so let's start. So that will give us 2 multiplied by 1 is 2, plus the numerator, that's 3 over 2, plus 2 times 3, 6, plus 1, 7, that's 7 over 3, plus 4 times 3 is what? 12. 12 plus 1 is what? 13. 13 divided by what? 4. So the next thing is for us to find what? The LCM of the denominators 2, 3, and what? And 4. So we'll come to this corner and look for the LCM of 2, 3, and what? And 4. So let's get the LCM of 2, 3, and 4. So what can go? What factor? 2 is a prime factor that can go. So how many 2 can go in 2? We have 1. Can 2 go in 3? No, we repeat that. How many 2 in 4? 2. Then 2 can also go again. 2 in 1 is what? Impossible. 2 in 1, you repeat the 1. 2 in 3, impossible. 2 in 2 is can only go once. Okay? Now, then we use 3. Then 3 in 1 is 1. 3 in 3 is 1. And then we repeat the 1 here. So our LCM with that, we circle the factors outside. So our LCM will be what? 2 times 2 times 3. That's 2 times 2 times 3. Okay? So let's write it here. So LCM is what? 2 times 2 times 3. And that will give us 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. So our LCM is 12. So the next thing we'll come to this side and we'll write our division line. We'll put 12 under. Okay? Then we'll now continue. How many 2 can go in 12? 6. Okay? So 6 times our numerator 3. Okay, let's do it step by step. That is 2 in 12, 6. So 6 times our numerator 3 plus how many 3 can go in 12? 4. Okay, so 4 times 7 will give us what? 28. Plus how many 4 can go in 12? 3. Okay, so 3 times 13 will give us what? Will give us 39. So the next step is that we are going to, okay, let me just make this one 18 direct. 6 times 3, 18. Okay? Okay, so the next thing is for us to add all the numerators together. When we add all the numerators together, 18 plus 28 plus 39, that will give us what? That will give us 85. 85. So we have 85 divided by what? Our denominator 12. Okay, and if you solve that, 85 divided by 12, how many times can 12 go in 85? That's what? That is 7. Because 12 times 7 will give us what? 84. Okay, so we have 7 whole number. Okay, 1 over 12. 7 whole number, 1 over 12. So let's put our answer in a corner that we'll refer to it later. Okay, let's put it here. Our answer here, that is 7 whole number, 1 over 12. Seven whole number, 1 over what? 1 over 12. So let's put our answer in that corner. We'll refer to it later, okay? Now, this is the first method. Now, let's quickly move to the second method to solve this problem, method 2. And we will get the same result, the same answer. Okay, so let's start for the second method. So what do we have? Method 2. So we have 1 whole number, 1 over 2, plus 2 whole number, 1 over 3, plus 3 whole number, 1 over 4. We have this. So what do we need to do? We are going to separate the whole parts from the what? Fractional parts. They will separate the whole numbers from the fractional numbers. Okay? So what are the whole numbers? 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So we have, the whole number is 1, 2, and what? And 3. So these are the whole parts. So what do? So we have 1 plus 2 plus what? Plus 3. So this is the whole part. Then plus the fractional part, you open a bracket. So 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus what? 1 over 4, the fractional part. Then we close what? The brackets. So we add the whole part together. 1 plus 2 plus 3 will give us what? Will give us 6. Plus, then we'll find the LCM of 2, 3, and 4. We have done that before. So if we find the LCM of 2, 3, and 4, we are going to get what? 12 as our LCM. So you draw your division line, write your LCM. So how many 2 can go in 12? 6, okay? So 6 times 1 is what? Is 6. Plus, how many 3 can go in 12? We have what? We have 4. 3 in 12 is 4, okay? So 4 times 1 is still what? Is still 4. Plus, how many 4 can go in 12? 3. 3 times our numerator 1 is still what? Is still 3. Okay? So the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to come here and we'll write 6 whole number plus. Now let's add all our numerators together. So 6 plus 4 plus 3 will give us 13. So we have 13 divided by what? By 12. Okay? Now 13 divided by 12 is an improper fraction. So what do we need? What do? We convert it to a mixed fraction. So we have here 6 whole number. How many 12 can go in 13? 1. So we have plus 1 whole number. So 12 in 13 is 1. Remember what? 1 over 12. Okay, so from here, then so we have 2 what? We have 2 whole numbers. So we add them together. So 6 plus 1 will give us 7. 7 whole number plus 1 over 12. So finally, we combine the 2 together. And that will give us 7 whole number 1 over 12. As you can see, the result here is the same thing with what we got when we use our first method. So it's as simple as ABC. Is that okay? It's very simple. So now, before I go, I want to give you assignments, okay? Let's take our assignments. Okay, the assignments for today. Let's have it. Assignments. So the assignment is that simplify the following what? Fractions. Simplify the following fractions. So what are the fractions? Number 1. Okay. We have 3 whole number 7 over 8 plus 2 whole number 3 over 4. Number 2. Okay. What do we have? 2 whole number 1 over 4 plus 7 whole number 3 over 4. Number 3, 2 whole number 2 over 5 plus what? Plus that. Number 4, okay. Number 4. Then the final one, number 5. So these are your assignments for this week. Okay, so we have come to the end of today's class. All you need to do is to do these assignments, submit the solutions to your school teachers for appropriate marking and corrections, and then awarding of marks. Then by so doing, you get better by the day once you notice your mistakes. Okay, now remember that mathematics is fun, and the best way to improve in your mathematics is by constant practice. You practice mathematics, solve many problems every week, and by so doing, you get better by the day. Okay? Now, until I come your way again next time, make sure that you like this video, comment on the comment section, share this video to all your friends all over the world, and most importantly, click on the subscribe button. I still remain your online mathematics tutor, and I'm saying to you, remain mathematically sound. See you in my next class. Bye for now.